Call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor White,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez,
Here.
Councilmember Ortiz,
Here.
Councilmember Jones, and Councilmember Garcia.
Here.
Great. Excuse council member absences. This agenda item allows city council to excuse the absence of council members not present at the meeting. If all council members are present, we would usually skip. Any public comments on the excused council member absences? Being done, I'll bring it back.
Oh, maybe that's her.
Coming in? Let's give her a minute. Thank you. Sure. All right.
Good, we're back.
Welcome, thank you. Let's move to the invocation. We have an invocation tonight. Okay, let's do just a moment of silence then. All right, thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Right. Agenda review.
No changes, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Public comments from the audience regarding items not on the agenda. This portion of the agenda allows the individual the opportunity to address the council on any items not on closed session, consent calendar, public hearings, and city council business. Under state regulation, no action can be taken on non-agenda items, including issues raised under this agenda item. Members of the public should be aware of this when addressing council regarding items not specifically referenced on this agenda. Do we have any public comments tonight?
Good afternoon, Mayor White, Greenfield City Council members and city staff. My name is Rosario Guzman. I'm a Greenfield resident. I am here to speak to you today about the water issues my father and our family are been experiencing. He lives outside the city limits on 14th Street. In late 2023, he got his well tested and it had high levels of nitrate and 123 TCP. This means our family can't drink, cook, or take hot showers at his home. On top of that, the well went dry a couple months ago and had to rely on our neighbors sharing water with us, even though it's also contaminated. We've been organizing to find a long-term solution for the last 2 years, and we have an opportunity for a fully funded water project. We want to work with partnership with the city to make sure all residents have safe, clean, and affordable drinking water. Excuse me. Clean water is not a luxury, but a necessity and a fundamental human right. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Good afternoon, Mayor White, City Council members, and city staff. My name is Saul Cardona. I live at 40052 Walnut Avenue, and I have lived in Greenfield for about 57 years. It is difficult to live a normal life knowing that the water is contaminated with nitrates and 123 TCP. I have to use bottled water for cooking, drinking, and I'm also unable to take hot showers without exposing myself to cancer-causing chemicals. Unfortunately, me and my family might have been exposed to these contaminants for decades before we knew they were in our well water. And it has caused us to suffer with health issues. We have been organizing for almost 2 years to find a long-term solution and have an opportunity for a full state-funded project. We want to work in partnerships with the city to make sure all residents have safe, clean, and affordable drinking water. Thank you for your time and look forward to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Tony Amezcua, and I live in 40924 12th Street. I have lived there for almost 30 years. I'm here because the water from my well is so contaminated and then my family cannot use it for cooking, drinking, or showering. Our community needs your help to get safe drinking water. Please support the Walnut Avenue Drinking Water Project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor White, City Council, council members. My name is Joel Mercado. I live in Greenfield for the past 48 years. I live at the Mercado camp at the end of Apple Avenue. There's also 20 other families that live there. And we've been living this, well, I've been living there since 77 and have experienced seriousness with our drinking water. For example, our old well had high levels of nitrates, and I have dealt with water pump breakdowns and not having water even for days because of power outages. It's incredibly difficult to go about a daily life when you're constantly worried about having reliable source of water. My neighbors and I are in urgent need of long-term drinking water solution. We have an opportunity to work together for a fully state-funded project and make sure we all have access to a safe, clean, and affordable drinking water. California law says access to drinking water is a human right, not a privilege. I'm asking you to work together with us for a long time solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good day, City Council. My name is Laura, and I just want you guys to think about other options for the waste water management funding. There has to be other solutions instead of increasing the community's bills. We are, like Mr. Wood said in June's meeting in Sacramento, we are a community of disadvantage. So we don't make a lot of money. There's a lot of people work seasonal. So there has to be other options for coming up with the $100 million for the wastewater management. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Dorothy Jones. I'm here about the situation that happened on Thursday. I didn't agree with anything that Huerta said on there. And a lot of the people, the senior people is who I'm talking about, were so confused. And you guys need to fix that because I heard it all today at my work, at my job. The thing is, we need to be able to help them, the seniors, the disabled people, and the military vets. They are on a fixed income. They need to be able to get a discount or grandfather in. They need help. If they are single families that live in their homes, not that they have multiple families that live in their home, but these single families, because I know a lot of them, and they do need help. So you guys could easily check their bills that where they are by themselves. So those are the ones that I am concerned about them needing help. And all that misinformation that was on Thursday was a lie. I did not agree with anything he said. And I was told all kinds of stuff there by a certain person for me to shut up. you know, which was uncalled for. They're very unprofessional there. So, but that all has to be cleaned up and cleared up by you guys, by these people. Explain it to them. A lot of these seniors are so confused. And all I heard today at my job was everything that was going on Thursday. So it needs to be cleaned up. You know, they are scared. They're scared because they were fed all kinds of wrong information. So I hope you guys take care of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I see a lot of people in the audience that if you are here to speak on the water situation, we will be having some later meetings. Probably September the 30th, which is a Tuesday, and October the 6th, which is, I'm not sure what date that is. That's a Monday. Those will be coming up, but if you have anything you would like to say tonight, there isn't really anything on the agenda regarding that issue. So now would be the time if you want to speak about the wastewater treatment plant.
Do you want me to say that in Spanish, or do we have a translator?
Go ahead. Is there a translator in place tonight? Yeah. Okay. There is a translator.
Okay. Do we want to translate that they can come? Si están aquí porque tienen pregunta.
That would be great.
Muy
Thank you.
bien. Qué bueno, ahí viene mi angelito.
¿Alguien quiere decir algo? Yo les puedo ayudar a traducir, me llamo Gabriel. ¿Quieren algún comentario?
Vemos que hay muchos aquí en el público. Si quieren, en la agenda no vamos a hablar más del wastewater, pero si hay alguien aquí que quiere hablar sobre eso, estamos aquí para escuchar.
Buenas tardes.
Good evening.
Yo ignoro por qué razón están queriendo subir más el precio del agua.
I don't know why the price of the water is getting increased now.
Yo no conozco las razones por qué
I don't know the reason why.
le dieron un subión al agua, al precio del agua, y oigo pláticas que parece que van a subir otro poquito más.
The price in the bill for the water has been increased, and I heard that it's gonna go higher again.
Yo no sé la razón por qué hacen eso.
I don't know the reason why you guys are doing that.
Habemos un grupo selecto de retirados
There's a group of us that are retired already. So
que no tenemos derecho a un crédito porque ya estamos retirados, no estamos trabajando.
shouldn't we offer some kind of a credit because we're not working anymore? We're retired.
Yo no sé las razones, pero se me hace muy injusto eso de que suban el precio del agua y pues ya lo que estamos retirados ya no tenemos mucho entrada de dinero para pagar esos aumentos.
I don't know the reason why. And us that are retired already, we really don't have any other sources of income is coming in for those increased water bill payments.
Okay, gracias.
Thank you very much.
Hola.
Hola.
Una pregunta, porque nosotros nomás somos tres y el bill del agua va en 160 y 180 y se me hace muy injusto ese cambio tan grande.
I have a question. Yeah, because in my family it's just 3 of us. Now our monthly water bill is $160, $180, and I feel that's kind of high.
Se me hace muy injusto porque somos tres nomás.
I feel that's kind of unjust. It's not justified because it's just 3 of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Buenas tardes, señor White. Buenas tardes a todos ustedes. Buenas tardes a la comunidad.
Mayor White, and good afternoon, everybody, and all the community members.
Estoy aquí porque a mí me gustaría preguntarles por qué no tienen otro sistema de hacernos saber qué van a subir, cuánto van a subir y por qué lo van a subir.
I want to ask you guys, why isn't there like another system that you guys maybe could tell us? When are the rates gonna go up? Why are the rates gonna go up?
Y también me gustaría saber si han buscado otras alternativas de cómo sacar el dinero que quieren cobrarnos a nosotros la comunidad.
I also want to know, can there be other alternatives? You know, because you guys do want to get the money out of the community members. Maybe there could be another alternative?
Otra cosa que también me gustaría saber es cuántos presupuestos pidieron para hacer ese trabajo.
Another thing that I want to know is if you guys kind of research how much, what could be the, how much can it be from other places to do that kind of work?
Y como dijo el señor anteriormente, nosotros somos personas retiradas de la tercera edad.
And just like the gentleman earlier mentioned, us, you know, we're people that are already from the third aged already, seniors.
Tenemos una sola entrada de dinero
We only have one source of income.
y no sé los rumores que andan corriéndose de que van a subir mucho dinero.
And
Para
now,
nos,
there's some rumors that are going on that the prices are gonna be escalated.
y para nosotros, pues, es demasiado, porque nosotros no podemos romper nuestro presupuesto, porque es muchísimo dinero lo que según
For
es
us,
sabido.
it's too much, and we can't really be going out of our budget, is what I've heard.
Me gustaría que buscaran otra solución mejor
I would like for you guys to find out a different solution,
o que no nos subieran tanto, una cosa razonable.
or maybe not raise the prices so high, maybe something that's more reasonable.
Y no únicamente para nosotros los retirados, me supongo que para toda la gente va a ser difícil.
And not just for us that are retired, but I imagine it's gonna be difficult for everybody.
Porque no nada más el agua ha subido todo.
Because not just the water has increased, but many things have increased.
Entonces yo pienso que lo más viable era que buscaran y que también nos preguntaran a nosotros qué otra solución puede haber.
And so I feel like what's more reasonable is, what I think is that you guys could kind of look something around. Maybe there's other alternatives.
Espero que tomen en cuenta lo que se ha hablado aquí y que pues que busquemos otras soluciones.
Hopefully you guys take this into consideration, what we just talked about right now, and find other solutions.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Gracias.
Fellow members of the city council, I am here because a lot of people don't see is opposing to raise the water. A lot of people in any condition right now, because if you raise the water, what happened? Then the road, in the front of the house, the roads, no water. The water is very high. Everything is very high, and nobody coming to buy a house because the water is high, and la gente que tiene jardines,
Like the people that have their yards.
the yards, big yards, the water, what happened? Nobody coming. I opposing, like those people, you raise the water. I opposing to make another sewer because it's too much. $100,000, $100 million is too much, too much. The people, maybe the money you pay about in 30 years. These people pay in 30 years all the loans you want to asking. Listen, I am not in favor to raise the water.
All right, thank you for your comments. Anyone else? All right, well, thank you very much. A lot of good comments tonight. We invite you to attend the meetings that we're going to be holding on September the 30th, and hopefully we can answer some of your questions. October the 30th and October the 6th, we're going to be holding public meetings regarding the wastewater treatment plant. September 30th.
No,
Yeah, that was September 30th and October the 6th. Okay. Thank you very much.
Paul, can we do it in Spanish for them? So they would be able to understand the
Yeah.
presentation?
Sorry, presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah, would be I think so. I think we can have, somebody actually out here.
Okay,
Hopefully what we're gonna do is do more of a workshop style.
Okay.
Got tables set up down here. We'll start the meeting kind of as we are now, but then council will go down as well. Just be part of the discussion. Maybe have one a screen right here in front so people can see it a little bit better.
okay.
Move everybody up closer and have some translation going on at the same time.
Perfect.
Que ya cuando vengan a esa junta, si tienen la presentación, la van a tener en español, ¿no? La van a poner ahí para que también tengan un intérprete y así entiendan la presentación que les van a hacer. Permiso.
All right,
Allow her to.
Price of the water.
Yes.
So we're gonna be at the black water issue. I understood that today was when we got black water issue as to where it's going to be redirected, because as far as I was told, the septic tank, the huge septic tank that we have for the city is full. So, am I wrong?
it's a different process, but it's regarding the wastewater. Blackwater.
Is that being addressed too? You were saying anything about the black water?
Well, what I'm saying is that we're gonna hold these meetings the end of the month and the early next month regarding that. We can't really discuss it much tonight because it's not really on the agenda. This is just the public comment section. Well, no, tonight was just to air anything that you had that you wanted to talk about. The actual item regarding the wastewater is not on our agenda for tonight.
So in actuality, neither water nor wastewater is on tonight's agenda. This time frame is set up for anybody who wants to make comments about anything, water, wastewater, fundraisers, whatever they want to talk about. So we're talking about clean water outside of Greenfield. And then people were talking about water rates increasing, but then they also were talking about wastewater. Our big issue right now is wastewater rate increase. We did raise water rates 9 months ago in January. Yeah, and that's a part of a normal raising. I'm not sure if the questions were related to those water rate increases or whether they were the black water or the wastewater.
But we will be having separate meetings on that specific item coming up.
We're hopefully going to have workshops on the 30th of September that will only talk about,
That item.
the sewer rate increases. And yes,
$95 to $195. Now it's 202, and there's only 2 people in the house.
No,
So,
we really can't get into too much here on this, but the water bill that you get in the mail each month actually has your water, your sewer, and your garbage, so. Okay, good.
because I don't see anybody, folks are discussing things like they should be discussed.
Yeah.
I mean, the water, you can't drink the water, you have to buy water all the time. So, I mean, that's part of the expense for us also, but
Okay.
nobody seems to care.
okay. James, can you talk to this lady when you get a chance or when she's got a chance and maybe
Separately,
look at her bill and
not in public, but meet with her to get her name, get
Thank
some
you.
information to her. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. All right, we will move on now to comments from city council. All right. Then,
I just want to thank our Public Works Director who took the time to give me a tour of the wastewater plant. I went, I think it was March or April, and I got to see it, what it looked like now. I just want to thank for the people who are working there to make it happen with what we have. And I know it's not enough, but I just am really grateful that we do have people working on it, and it looks better. And I know that we still need to do more, but thank you.
Don't have too much to say. I did want to let you know that if any of you have off the subject of the water for a bit, but if any of you have family that is in military, retired military, I am accepting photos so we can put the banners up. I would like to get the banners by November 11th. So if you have family here in Greenfield that are military or veterans, please send me an email, call me. You can contact me through the city. I'm not doing it as Councilmember Ortiz. I'm doing this on my own with the veterans and with the American Legion. So if you could just please contact me so we can get this going. I have about 4 weeks to get photos to get the banners up by Veterans Day. So if you have any family or relatives or anything like that that are veterans, please have them contact me. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Good evening, everyone. I want to start by just saying thank you to city staff that's been in contact with me while I've been out and trying to help keep some things moving. Fabiola and her department with making sure that we get the recognition on the agenda that I had requested for Ms. Alvarez, and then Jesus with Parks following up with the District 3 office and Supervisor Lopez about the accessibility signs that we talked about, and he's keeping the ball moving on that. So I appreciate the work that staff is doing. I had a question from a resident about the pride flag raising, and I wanted to ask for some clarity because I couldn't actually answer the question. I was a little bit unsure if that would be something that is going to go officially through our community engagement department, because I know that there was an announcement or we shared with the public that it would be a community agency that would have to provide that flag. And I think that's clear with our community, but as far as, are we going to have that raising as an official ceremony the city hosts? If so, are we gonna set a date for that? Can we set a date so that we make sure it does happen at the beginning of October? And really, I guess just to really know, is it our community engagement that's gonna be coordinating that, or does an outside community organization need to take the reins on that?
Yeah, I'm not aware that it's a city function to be having an event for this, but I probably is up to council as to what they want to do. It hasn't, I don't believe it's been an event in the past.
I don't think we've ever done it before for that, so I think it's new, but just looking at what other cities have done, and especially for like their first time that they raised the pride flag. I know that it's been done just as a flag raising ceremony. And since it is, you know, a group can't just come and start putting a flag up on the post there, and it does have to have some level of coordination with our city staff. I just kind of wanted to know how to go about advising any group that wants to partner with us to do that.
If the city council would like it to be a city event, you can direct staff to bring that back on a future agenda to approve that. I don't think there's another meeting before October. With respect to a community group doing it, I'm not sure of the logistics, but typically if a community group wants to hold an event on city property, they just need to get a sort of use permit. And that's something somebody here could, or a city staff person could probably give more details about that. But so I think those are the two avenues, either a group who wants to hold an event on city property at the raising of the flag could coordinate with staff to make that happen, or city council could direct staff to do some sort of city event. But I don't think that could be approved before October 1st. So
yeah, since we're kind of down to the wire then with it, for it to be done in October, it sounds like the easiest way would be to
Have somebody
direct,
coordinate it.
yeah, to reach out to community engagement to get permission to have an event.
I don't know who, I don't know which department would
Well, we haven't done it before.
Permit, yeah.
So, oh, issue the permit?
Or issue the
Okay,
permit.
so that would either be community development or public works, not public works, community development, issue a special events permit,
Or Parks and Recreation.
Parks and, Rec- or Parks and Recreation. Yeah. So, but that would be then someone else having an event
A
on city property.
organization working with Parks and Rec then?
I don't know. I don't know whether I don't know if it's community development or Parks and Rec, but we can get back to you
Okay,
certainly tomorrow.
okay, perfect.
I would like to see us move forward on something with that
Okay.
and this, however we need to get the
Okay.
information out, let's do it.
Thank you, Mayor White. I have just a couple other quick items. Well, from you all, the oh, the meetings that you mentioned about the water 9:30 and 10:06. 10:06, I think at least Councilwoman Ortiz and I think we'll both be on our way to Cal Cities.
I can't go after all.
Oh,
I've had to cancel with Anna already.
Oh, okay.
because,
okay, I was worried about quorum, so
Okay.
because I will be on my way to Cal City, so for the meeting on the 6th, yeah, I'll be requesting to be excused due to traveling for that conference, so I just wanted to bring that up, but otherwise then it sounds like it's not gonna be an issue. That's all I have, thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. I have a few things tonight. My wife and I attended last Friday night's food truck event at the gazebo. If you missed it, I encourage you to attend the next one. It was well attended, about a dozen or so vendors, several types of food, music, socializing, and a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, attend the next one. I wanted to announce that I attended the 3CE Annual Conference in San Luis Obispo last Wednesday and Thursday. Central Coast Community Energy is a community choice aggregator, which is a public agency working to accelerate the transition to clean and renewable energy. They're the ones who provide the electricity for us. They provide reliable, clean, affordable electricity and also provide electrification programs to most of the Central Coast areas from Santa Cruz to Santa Barbara. I'm learning a lot about the microgrids, load management, capitalization, wildfire funds, storage types, ag electrification, and lots more, a lot of acronyms there. We did pass the annual budget during our policy board meeting last week, and we'll be looking at the rates at our next meeting in December. One thing was highlighted was the fact that the fire at Moss Landing storage facility was using building storage for the batteries rather than container storage. And container storage is much safer and is now the industry standard rather than having the building standards, the building storage. They also reminded us that the Moss Landing fire was not part of the 3CE group. It was a different company. The biggest item facing the community is the financing and building of the wastewater treatment plant. Part of the potential funding has to do with the passage of the rate study that we have been reviewing with the community over the past several weeks. I want to make this really clear. We have to pass the rate study in order for us to be eligible for a $75 million grant. There is no guarantee that we will receive the grant if we pass the study, but if the study is not passed by council and the community, we definitely will not receive the $75 million grant towards the $110 million cost of the project. So passing of the study is a condition to be eligible to receive the grant. This is an important issue for the future of Greenfield. We need growth and development to enhance the quality of life for our residents. The council and staff have been working on this project for several years and are ready to start. Sure. Ready to start the project. If the construction financing is obtained, the council chose the system carefully. If we now start debating other systems, it will definitely delay all new commercial and residential projects for years. Our current plant is at capacity. We need a new plant. All right.
Can I ask something, Paul, that I've been getting a lot, I talked to you yesterday about this, and a lot of questions, a lot of confusion. And I think it's really important when we do have this next workshop that you explain to the community what the rate study is, what's involved in it, and why it has to get done. So it's really important that we hit every part of it so the community could understand
Sure.
what's going on?
Yeah, so I'll try to make this as simple as possible. So we've had our wastewater treatment plant, which is our sewage plant. Like maybe we get our translator out here?
Well, and two, this isn't on the agenda,
Okay.
so.
It's not on the agenda. This was just my announcement. So this was just part of my comments.
Okay,
I would just wanted to,
Yeah.
on the next workshop to add it.
okay.
Sure, it's at-
So it's really important for us to upgrade the current waste plant because the quality of the effluent that's going into the ground, that's what happens at wastewater treatment plants, is not up to California standards. And the amount that's flowing through to the wastewater treatment plant is higher than is allowed by the state. They know that. This is an issue that's been happening now for maybe 20 years, long time. We need to replace the current plant because expanding it won't make the quality of what's going into the ground any better than it is now. We have been looking at this for the past 7 years and found a solution we think is correct, but it's expensive. But it's not as expensive as some of our neighbors. King City, very similar issues. They chose a more traditional approach. It's even more expensive than ours. So so the state offers us financing. They originally said that they would pay for the whole thing. That's when they thought they had money. They didn't have all the money they thought they had. And then they said, sorry, we're not going to give you all the money. But here's the new program. The new program says they can grant us $75 million and offer us loans for $36 million at low interest. But they also told us, you know what? You may not get any of that. Why? I'm not sure. Whatever reasons the state has. So they said, you need to plan for not getting anything from us, basically, or everybody qualifies for some funding on the low interest loans. So we said, okay, let's assume we get the maximum grant and the low interest loan. We had to do a rate study to figure out the grant we wouldn't have to pay back, but the low interest loan, we need to pay debt service. We need to make annual payments on. So we need to raise rates. We needed a rate study to show what rates would have to be in the event that we needed to do debt service or pay that loan off. That's the low side of the rate study. The high side is state asked us, what if you don't get anything? What if you don't get any grants? And what if you only get a part of your financing from these low interest loans that they offer? So we had to do that piece. That's the expensive part that everybody focuses on. And understandably, could it happen? Yes, it could happen. The bottom line is the importance of the rate study is it had to be done because the state is requiring it for us in our application for the grants and the loans. And because they need to know, and it makes sense, they need to know that we've got a mechanism in place where we can actually pay off the debt that we incur to pay for the wastewater treatment plant. What we don't know is the big question, and that is, how much are we going to get? Well, we don't know. So the process for moving this whole thing forward is perform the rate study. That's been done. You've seen the numbers, and you'll see them again on the 30th and on the 6th. And if once council says, okay, we get the low and the high as far as the rates go, well, then council approves it. Okay, that doesn't mean it's a done deal. It then goes to the voters, the users, to approve. And the unfortunate part I don't know how much detail you want to get into this.
I think we really should move on.
I think you're probably
Yeah,
too deep
yeah,
into the weeds.
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So please attend the meetings next, over the next couple of weeks. So, all right. Okay, let's move to consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered routine and may be approved by one action of the city council unless a request for removal for discussion or explanation is received prior to the time council votes on the motion to adopt. Do we have any public comments on the consent calendar? Sure.
Get all those funds for this project. Who is working on the funds?
Mayor.
Yeah.
I really.
Yeah, we can't really go into any more detail. We've really kind of gotten too far out already. I will be happy to talk to you after the meeting if you like. How about that? Okay. All right. So any public comments on consent calendar? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to council for comments.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. I need a second.
Second.
Moved and second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Move to J1, adopt a resolution of the City Council, City of Greenfield approving a mural permit at the Greenfield Community Center located at 1351 Oak Avenue. Staff report, please.
Good evening, council members, Mayor White, Evelyn here with the Community Development Department. Our project today is for a mural at the Greenfield Community Center. The project applicant is the Arts Council from Monterey County in collaboration with Blue Strike Environmental, Salinas Valley Recycles, and with the help of muralist Hanif Pani. The applicant has been working with city staff trying to identify an appropriate location for the mural. This mural is part of a sister project, the other mural, which is to be housed in Seaside. After collaboration and discussions with staff, they identified the existing Greenfield Community Center at 1351 Oak Avenue as an adequate location. As you'll see in the PowerPoint and in your staff report, it's on the right east section of the facility, fronting the parking lot on 13th Street. Here's a better close-up of the mural concept, and in your staff report, you'll also see examples of some of the other work by the muralist. And I'll just share the artist statement because I think it really embodies the message and the meaning behind the mural. This mural is a representation of how our individual actions regarding food waste and composting can cycle back into a naturally beautiful, mutually beneficial, and sustainable landscape. A hand pours food scraps as if into a compost bin. The scraps soon start to give way to rich, twisting, composted soil, providing the base for a flourishing crop. The image aims to inspire viewers to celebrate our collective interaction in nurturing our communities and the Earth's healthy balance. So as you can see, it's promoting sustainability and proper food scraps recycling. As part of the proposal, the artist has agreed to a maintenance agreement, which includes maintaining the mural in good condition for 5 years. This can include minor repairs. And of course, they'll coordinate with the city prior to any restorative work. The artist also is committed to using high quality materials to protect against dirt, sun fading, and vandalism. And this includes special paint and coating to ensure it's resistant to graffiti. Part of the review process for murals includes recommendation for approval from the Planning Commission. We presented this to the Planning Commission at our last meeting, and they recommended this for approval by the City Council. And we're here today also with a recommendation for you to approve this mural permit. It's a really great effort to beautify our community and to promote, I think, a great message. I'm happy to answer any questions, and I know the applicant is also online if you have specific questions about the mural or the meaning behind it. Happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll bring it back for public comments. Do we have any public comments on item J1? Seeing none, I will bring it back to council for comments, review, and action. Do we have any questions on this?
How soon could we get it started?
Actually, I know the last thing we were pending is just approval from city council, but I don't have an exact timeline. I know the applicant is online and hoping they can share what their timeline is for this.
I was just wondering because of the weather, you know, we're now into the colder
Right.
weather and paints and stuff that, how they act with the weather.
Yeah, that's a great point.
The sooner the better, in other words.
Yeah, we'll share the sentiment for sure.
That's all. Thank you.
Looks very nice. That'll complement the one at the Science Center. Well, kind of gives us a couple. We have a few other ones scattered around. I know, I think at the library and a few other ones around town. So this is a good idea, I think.
There's some translation in Spanish. Now what did they think? Spanish.
What's that?
You're checking, because you're not in the traffic.
Oh, okay.
Is it all the headsets, Anne, or just that one?
No, I think now.
Lo están recibiendo, revisando ahorita. But we could translate some of this.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Esta aplicación es para un muro en nuestro centro comunitario, 1351 Oak Avenue. El mensaje de este muro es para promover reciclar nuestra comida y se necesita que nuestro concilio apruebe este muro. Cualquier pregunta, si tienen alguna pregunta, feliz de asistirlos. No me preparé, disculpen.
Gracias.
Any other questions or comments? No.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
All right. J2, a resolution of the City Council, City of Greenfield, canceling the November 11th, 2025 meeting due to Veterans Day holiday and rescheduling the meeting for November 18th, 2025. Staff report. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, but
So November 11th is Veterans Day. City Hall is closed. People are at festivities, and we're wondering if you would be able to reschedule the meeting, and we're recommending November 18th, which is the
a
following
week after. Okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I think there's even a parade, I think, on the 11th, I think. Any questions?
In November, we usually only meet once, right? So the meeting for November would be on the 18th, and then it would be the only one.
Any public comments on this item? Seeing none, bring it back to council. Questions or a motion?
Move to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. Brief reports on conferences, seminars, and meetings attended by mayor and city council. League of California Cities. As I mentioned prior, I attended the Monterey Bay Division meeting, September 8th in Hollister. We selected a new president, Ian Oglesby from Mayor of Seaside, was selected by the attending members. We had a special guest speaker was Monterey County Supervisor and California Coastal Commissioner, Chris Lopez. Chris Lopez is newly appointed to the Coastal Commission by Assemblyman Speaker Rivas. He spoke about his new role as a California Coastal Commissioner, and he said he's really trying to explain his votes and why he's voting a certain way. He mentioned how he is trying to build some coalitions so the Coastal Commission can get more accomplished. Right. Transportation Agency for Monterey County.
I have a meeting tomorrow morning.
Right. Association of Monterey Bay Area Governments. I attended the AMBAG meeting on September the 10th in Monterey. Really was a limited agenda. We heard an update on the 2050 Metropolitan Plan, Sustainable Communities Strategy, which has to do with long-range planning for transportation investments. We also had a closed session where we had an evaluation performance for the executive director. Salinas Valley Solid Waste Authority.
Don't have an update until next month.
Okay. Monterey Salinas Transit.
We met earlier in the month and I renewed my request for data about the ridership for the new circulars, and they are going to be providing that for all South County cities quarterly. So I'm hoping to have a report to share with everybody next time. Another highlight was that the transit ridership is finally up above pre-COVID levels. It's taken, several years, but everybody's really happy about that. MST was awarded, I want to get the information for the organization correct. It's American Public Transportation Association. MST was awarded the Outstanding Public Transportation System Award. So some of our board members and the staff traveled to Boston, I believe it was in Boston, to receive the award. But that is a big honor, so that was great news. And then there is now Rianda Operations Center, so they're calling it the Rock. But we had to move out of the former Fort Ord property that we had, and the facility staff for MST was recognized because they did such an amazing job with relocating that entire operation over to the new Rianda Center. So that was also nice to see all of the work they accomplished in an extremely short amount of time. And it's very few people that make up that staff, but they did an amazing job with setting up operations at the new location. We also had a closed session regarding property, and that is all. That is all I have.
All right, thank you very much. South Salinas Valley Broadband Authority.
No update.
Right. Monterey County Mayors Association, we had our meeting September the 5th here in our chambers as we were the host this month. Paul gave a nice presentation on Greenfield and the many projects we have going. We also heard from the county regarding the budgetary issues, including how the cuts to Medicaid are really going to affect Natividad Hospital and healthcare in the area. So they're expecting numbers regarding the cuts in 2 to 3 months. So additional information coming. Salinas Valley Mayors and Managers Group. Mayors and Managers met yesterday in Soledad. We heard about the new tractor supply company that's opening a store in Soledad, and also about how they've hired a new police chief in Soledad. We also listened to a presentation by Rosemary Soto from the County Health Department. She was looking for feedback regarding how to improve intervention programs throughout the county. We gave feedback, including trying to focus on programs that have the most impact, whether that be on programs for early childhood, children, teenagers, or young adults. The group suggested continuing to work with the Hartnell and Rancho Cielo to increase services for our area. Paul, did you have anything to add on that from yesterday's meeting?
No.
All right. Planning Commission.
Next meeting is on the 7th of October.
Okay. City Attorney report.
I have nothing to.
City Manager report.
Just want to reiterate, workshops on the 30th of September, I believe at 6 o'clock. We'll be doing a workshop on wastewater, sewer rates, and the plan moving forward. We'll do the same one on the 6th of October. And hopefully at those workshops, we'll also get an opportunity, and I'm not sure yet, to be able to look at your current bill and kind of figure out what your new rates will be, just to get an idea, because it's a different structure, and hopefully we can set your minds at ease a little bit, because they probably aren't going to be going up as much as potentially think. Thank you.
All right.
Mayor White, if the translation isn't working yet, can we just summarize that? Are they working now, Anne? No.
So,
You want to do it, or you want the template to come out?
Nomás queremos estar seguros que entienden que queremos juntar con ustedes, el público, el martes, el 30 de septiembre y lunes, el 6 de octubre, aquí, para poder no nomás escuchar preguntas, pero poder presentar respuestas, porque en este sitio no se puede responder. So, por favor, vengan el martes o el lunes y que traigan su bill de su agua para poder tratar de ayudarles a comprender cómo van a cambiar los costos, rates, el dinero. Perdón, si no les puedo explicar mejor.
Sí, no saben si se va a poder en el primero, a lo mejor hasta el segundo, pero lo que quieren hacer es que la gente traigan los biles para poder ver su bill cada persona y decir, así es como va a cambiar, para que sepan, o si esto pasa, así cambiaría su bill, para que todos puedan entender mejor, pues, cómo les va a afectar directamente a ustedes, porque ahorita como todo lo que nos presentan es como general, ¿verdad? No es para cada persona, pero para algunas personas, si esto pasa, su bill va a bajar. Y entonces es importante saber eso también, es lo que queremos ver todos, pero si nos pueden complacer eso de venir para platicar con nosotros sobre estos planes, el día 30 sería el
martes.
El mejor día de venir para compartir sus opiniones.
Aquí a las 6.
Gracias.
A ustedes.
A las 6. Con un cafecito y un panecito. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone for coming tonight. Meeting's adjourned.
So that's not a bad idea to bring some coffee.